Have you ever considered how philosophical ideals of justice, those perfect visions of a fair society, actually apply to our imperfect world, a world filled with real-world problems and existing injustices? It can seem like a huge leap from abstract thought to practical action, right? Non-ideal theory principles are critically important to define because they provide the necessary framework for applying abstract ideals of justice to the complexities and imperfections of our actual societies. They guide us in identifying and rectifying existing injustices, making tangible progress toward a more just future, rather than simply envisioning a perfect one. The core reason lies in the distinction between ideal and non-ideal conditions. Ideal theory, often exemplified by thinkers like John Rawls, assumes full compliance with principles of justice and favorable social conditions. It helps us understand what a perfectly just society would look like. However, the world we inhabit is far from ideal. It features partial compliance with rules, historical injustices, and ingrained inequalities. Non-ideal theory, therefore, steps in to address these realities. It acknowledges that we start from an unjust baseline and asks how we can most effectively move from that current state toward the ideal, given the constraints and challenges we face. Defining these principles allows political philosophers and policymakers to develop concrete strategies for reform and transformation. It enables them to prioritize which injustices to tackle first, design effective policies for reparations or affirmative action, and navigate situations where resources are limited or compliance is uncertain. This approach helps us move beyond merely describing a utopian future to actively constructing a better present. Furthermore, non-ideal theory is crucial for understanding concepts like transitional justice, which addresses how societies can move from periods of conflict or severe human rights abuses to a more stable and just order. It informs discussions about how to implement reparations for historical wrongs or how to establish fair institutions when social trust is low. This theoretical lens emphasizes that justice is not just an end state, but an ongoing process of rectification and improvement. Ultimately, defining non-ideal theory principles is essential because it bridges the gap between abstract philosophical ideals and the messy realities of human societies. It equips us with the analytical tools to engage with injustice directly, develop actionable plans for change, and pursue a more equitable world with practical wisdom, recognizing that progress often comes incrementally through thoughtful, strategic intervention.